Slept like a baby. He woke up a little late, but he felt very relaxed. He needed that kind of sleep once in a while. 6. He thought. His wife said so the day after your consultant disgraced you sleep in? He smiled, as does a wise man, and said it's no big deal. Relax, will you? You're always tense and worried. She gave him that look, and was about to speak, but decided against it. She shook her head in disagreement, and walked off to another room. While sipping his tea slowly and contemplating, he heard noises outside his mansion. The same noises that spoke of a not-so-pleasant gathering. He looked out of the window. Can't a man have some peace in his own home? He renewed his determination to be stern and unforgiving. He stepped outside with some great display of anger. Someone shouted, "Where are the 3 other guards?" "What? What are you talking about?" "We've got them. The thieves. We need the other 3 guards." "The 3, what? Where are the other guards in the first place?" "The man from the bakery, he took them. He located the whereabouts of the bandit group that have been sneaking into houses at night. He sent me here to get the remaining 3 guards." The leader turned pale. Was this some sick joke? Was it being pulled off by the consultant? Worse, was it true that the bakery worker called his guards, and they answered his call? This is madness. He decided to take charge of the situation. What better way was there than to take the remaining 3 guards, and lead them right into battle? It was his town, and it was, after all, his responsibility to defend it, and set an example of all those who try to bring harm to his people. He called out in the highest of his voice, and the guards answered his calls, but didn't seem quite happy, or convinced. He said, "We're going to root out those thieves. I want you to put on your best show." "Okay?" "Yes," came a lazy answer. He was literally shivering and sweating. He marched. Anyone who saw him walk through the streets with his guards and the errand boy 7 would know who's boss. There's no mistaking it. It was his word against everyone else's. 10 minutes after, they were not very far from a deserted house on the outer edge of the village. He immediately spotted the bakery boy, and the 3 guards, and a group of men armed with anything ranging from sticks to knives. Only the guards had firearms. He wasn't pleased. The bakery boy's very pose gave him an air of confidence and authority. His straight back and built body spoke for him. His voice added more to the injury. The 3 guards with him picked up their pace, and surpassed him to join the other guards, and gathered around the bakery man, as if waiting to be told what to do. The leader started boiling from the inside. "Hey, none of you do anything without my clear orders." His voice seemed weak in the midst of all the shouting. He wasn't even sure if they'd all heard him. He got closer, and was no longer in control. It was pure rage guiding his every step, and every conduct. All the shouting and yelling was silenced by a loud gunshot coming out of the house. One of the men who followed the bakery worker grabbed at his left hand, started screaming like a madman. Everyone ran in different directions to take cover. The leader lost all his strength. He didn't say a word. He couldn't speak. His heartbeat was probably now louder than his voice. He ducked behind a rock and didn't move. He was very surprised when he heard the bakery worker's voice. "Okay, everyone, take cover. We don't know how many firearms they have, but they're well stationed." The man with the injured hand kept shouting like a maniac. Once again the bakery man's voice echoed, "Can something take this man away from here? We're trying to stay calm. We're trying to come up with a plan." Those were words the village leader could never say. Those were words that come from the people, and for the people. Still, it doesn't give a lowborn the right to challenge royalty. At this point, nothing seemed to matter. The leader was just thinking of a way to avoid this whole mess. He'll change. There will be a new start. Now he sees all his erroneous ways. All is clear. It takes such a hardship to open a man's eyes. A gunshot. The leader flinched. The bakery man's voice once again. You. Stand behind that wall. I'll distract them and on my. 8. Signal start shooting. I'm going in. Got it. The soldier's voice was genuine. Very excited but genuine. None of the soldiers ever spoke like that to the leader. The gunshots became more frequent and were getting louder. There was more firing going on now. Someone inside the house started screaming and shouting gibberish. Some curses could be perceived. The leader didn't dare look. Someone ran behind him. His heart almost exploded. A shot. The same person who ran behind seemed to drop behind him. Some labored breathing. Someone started shouting from what seemed to be a distance away. Hey, one of the villagers has been shot. Someone go help him. Some intelligible reply came from deeper within the house. No, I can't move. I'm under fire. Send someone from your side. Quick. The man might be dying. The unintelligible voice was heard again from the inside. This vague conversation was brought to an end by another barrage of heavy fire. The leader looked around him. There was no one near. What if he just ran away? Well, not run. Away, just move away, the kind of tactic used by military strategists. Maybe that's what he ought to do. Just as he was about to move, he heard some shouting from the inside. Where's the leader? Damn the leader. Let's just take him out of here. Some more shots. More screaming. Okay, now. All of you. Go in at once. We've got them. Then everything was quiet. There was silence and the general talk of the men. The leader stole a glance. He was surprised at how far away they seemed. Did he involuntarily move during the battle? That wasn't it. The only explanation was that he didn't move when everyone else did. It was over for him. How was he going to face those men? Now he wished that he'd been shot in some part of his body that wasn't fatal, where it would be normal for him. 9. To faint, and afterwards he would be seen as a hero. Damn that bakery boy.